Hi, welcome to my video. So I'm using Arch Linux as my host system here because that's my main system. It's the system I like to use. I do use Gentoo on my B-Link. For the Gentoo fans, I still use Gentoo. I just don't use it hardcore. I don't use it at my workstation as I use my B550A for gaming. I do all my gaming on there because I game on Linux. I game on Arch Linux actually. I don't game on Windows. I don't game on Xbox or PlayStation or Switch. I game on Linux because that's just awesome. Anyways, and my B550 Plus, the Asus Tough PC here, is my pretty much a system that I don't play games on. I do everything else besides playing games on it. And it has more memory, so I can do virtualization and all that cool stuff. So my latest Arch Linux is using the 6.7.5 kernel. So I downloaded the Fedora 40 KDE Edition ISO. This is a testing ISO. I install it onto a virtual machine. How I set it up, you have to basically at least give it 8 gigs of RAM. I would recommend. You can give it 2 cores. It runs fine with 2 cores. You can give it more if you want to, but I say it runs fine with 2 cores. Display, I would crank this up to 128 gigabytes because if you don't, it will just stay at a black screen. You do need a lot of video acceleration, so put that to 128. The monitor count, put it up to 8, and enable 3D acceleration. And that's pretty much it. Put start. I already installed it, so you guys don't have to get bored of me installing the system. Pretty much installing the system and look up the live ISO and look up my installed Fedora. It's pretty much the same. Okay, yeah, this is a little buggy here. I'm not supposed to do that. Let's see if I minimize it. Now let's maximize it. Come on, man. What the hell? What's wrong with this system? Alright, well anyways, it's probably using X11 here. So let's load into KDE. It will adjust. Okay, so it adjusts, and for some reason it changed the wallpaper. It was different before. I think because the update does this. Let me log off here. I just want to see something here. I want to see if I'm running this in Wayland, or even have the option. I don't have the option. I think it's just running Jets in Wayland. We will have to check. I did install NeoFetch and I did install INXI. So INXI. So INXI. Basically, I'm going to be seeing if I'm using this Wayland. So you do INXI-G. And this will tell you what. Yeah, so I'm using the Wayland. It's using Kwayland. That's something different. I didn't notice that before. This is working pretty good actually. So this is working in Wayland. And it's not glitchy or anything. It works really well. But I wonder how well this will work on actual hardware. So I do have my NVMe disk that I had Gentoo on. I took it off, so I don't have Gentoo on my Asus PCs, on both of them actually. So I wiped them off. So what I've done is that I'm gonna be putting another system on there because that's what I do. That's why I buy a second disk for these computers. Is I like to test one box with a different distribution with gaming, and another box just testing it out. Just testing it out because this is like a testing box. I usually test everything on this system here, the B550 Plus. So I'll probably install Fedora and install NVIDIA drivers and see how well it works. I think the desktop KDE looks really nice. And I wish this would be the default desktop for KDE, for Fedora 40 and Fedora in general, because I think Fedora, it just makes sense using KDE because I in the past when I used to use Fedora core way back in the day, like when Fedora was actually a new distribution. I always remember using it with KDE, same as Red Hat. So it being with GNOME feels weird, but this looks really good. KDE 6 with Fedora, it feels like a Fedora system to me personally. So I like this a lot. I really do. I think the reason why last time I didn't really like Fedora 39, 38, 37, 38, because I was setting it up with the GNOME desktop, and I think that I don't like the GNOME desktop. I used GNOME for many years, so I just got used to using it all the time, dealing with it, coping with it. So I just basically like, yeah, so I just use it, right? But I don't like GNOME anymore. I won't use GNOME. I don't hate it. I ain't gonna make fun of it. It's just not for me. I don't like a desktop that's becoming like a touchscreen desktop. I like to have a real desktop with a system tray with controls for your desktop peripherals and hardware that you can control on your system tray, because that's what every operating system has, like Windows, Mac OS, everything. So GNOME, they just seem to take everything out because they believe that you don't need any controls. They want you to control. They want to control you. And the way I look at free software, I mean, open source is the users having control with their system, and they can have the freedom to play around with their system. I find GNOME is locking you down into a system that's it's going against all the philosophy of free software, or free software in general, or open source in general as well. So enough of me ranting here. Another thing you may notice if I type neofetch, this is using the 6.8 kernel. As I showed at the beginning of the video, that my Arch Linux desktop, I think Gen 2 is also on 6.7.5. So that's the latest kernel on a Bleeding Edge system. So I believe this is on the latest kernel. The reason why I think it's on 6.8 is because this is going to be a release system. It's not going to be default with Fedora, but it will be default with GNOME. I mean Fedora, I'm saying KDE. It should be Fedora should be KDE only. Period. This really suits it. This is the right time. It is pretty late. Yeah. But I should be in bed. But anyways, I don't know why I'm doing this video this late at night. So I did change the color scheme here. I don't like this wallpaper, so I'm going to change it. If you don't like the wallpaper, you can actually just get new wallpaper. And you can just type, I don't know, like anime, I guess. No? Well, it found some stuff for anime here. It's kind of funny. They have all kinds of like anime wallpaper here. That's kind of interesting. Huh. I wonder if it's all like being generated by AI here right at this moment. Who knows? It's kind of cool. You just type anime and it finds all kinds of like wallpaper. Isn't that in? I watched. Oh yes, yeah. Spirit Alive, or they call it Spirit Alive, Spirit something. Yeah, that anime. It's actually pretty good. Well, this really makes sense for Linux desktop. You got to have an anime wallpaper. It just seems like that's the Linux community. It's like a tradition because most Linux users are a bunch of weebs. I guess that's what they call me as well. I'm not a weeb though. I'm more of a Christian. So I'm looking through all the wallpapers here. I just really want something basic here. I don't know. That looks pretty cool. It looks very Japanese. Let's type that. Let's type Japanese. See what they find. Huh. Isn't that like the cherry trees? Yeah, cherry blossoms. Cherry blossom trees. So it does show some anime. Obviously. That looks pretty cool. That looks nice. I like that. Okay, it is installed. Okay. That looks cool too. Install. That looks really nice actually. And got some serpents here and some snakes. Okay. That's kind of an interesting wallpaper. Well, anyways, I already got some. Like, I could spend hours just geeking out on wallpaper here. So, which ones did I got here? Where's my new wallpaper? Where you put it, Gentoo? Gentoo. Fedora? Where's my new wallpaper? Huh? Okay. I installed 2 wallpapers. Where are they? What the frig, man? I installed 2 wallpapers. Oh, where did it went? You. Where did they put it? I don't get it. I installed 2 wallpapers. I'm not sure if this is a bug or what. Oh, I'll be here now. There you go. I kind of figure if I would. There you go. So yeah, my wallpaper is gone now. Okay, now it's back. That was very strange. So yeah, let's do something really quickly here. Let's edit mode, add panel. We'll add a default panel. Okay, we're gonna make this. We're gonna edit it, and we're gonna. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, well, let's basically okay, we'll just remove panel. We'll add another panel. Yeah, default. I don't want on the side. Why you put it there? Why you put it yourself there? Center. Here. Stupid. KDE. All right. We'll configure. Choose. Fedora. Okay. Let's just have a Fedora there. Okay. So I'm gonna want to take this out. And this and remove and spacer remove. Okay, now we're gonna basically, if we want to float in, we want it to put it together like that. I like that. So we're also gonna go to edit mode, and we're gonna want to add widgets. So we're gonna type trash. I wish it would just show the regular trash can icon, but for some reason it shows it like that. I don't know why, but it does. So close, 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 close. Here we're going to want to edit, but we're going to want to configure the clock. And no, I don't want to do that. We're going to configure digital clock, and we're gonna want it on the side or beside the time, like that. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, I wasn't done yet. Oh, edit mode. Why is edit mode not there no more? Anyways, we want to take out edit mode. Oh my god, what is wrong with this system? Into edit mode. Okay, we're gonna want to remove this. Okay, anyways, we're gonna add a spacer. In edit mode, we're gonna add spacer. Add spacer. I don't get it. Like, it doesn't work properly. How come I can't move things? Why is a spacer? Okay. Okay. That's how you move stuff? Alright. That's good. That's not what I want to do. So we're going to go to edit mode again, because it's just... So here, I don't need a separator. I'm going to take that off because I don't really care for that. So I'm going to go to edit mode again because it keeps... Anyways, we're going to add global menu, and we're going to put it right here. Okay, now that's done. Now, global menu is not even added. I add it, but it doesn't even put it there. Okay, good. Why is the global menu not working no more? That's weird. All right, let's go to Dolphin. Okay, Dolphin works. Why isn't that console doesn't give you global menus? Okay, now it gives you global menus. There you go. That looks nice. That looks really good. That's a nice desktop. And also, if you see, very Mac OS style. I like this. This actually looks nicer. It looks more modern than Mac OS. This looks like a really nice Linux desktop system. Yeah, it's using Wayland, working really great. Yeah, this works really nice. I'm pretty impressed with this. Now, keep in mind, this is working really good in virtual machine, but as soon as I install the NVIDIA drivers, proprietary ones, it's probably gonna be all chaotic. But I will install the system on my hard drive. Actually, I'll probably do that later on today. Yeah, it'll be fun to play around with. So, anyways, I'm having fun playing around. I love KDE. KDE is awesome. I think KDE 6 is gonna be kick-ass, man. I really can't wait for it to release. But yeah, KDE is a really good desktop environment. I recommend anybody, if you got to test out Fedora, basically jump on the new KDE stuff, man. This is pretty cool. And yeah, this looks nice. Didn't take long to set it up. I like the way this looks. Looks pretty polished. Oh, before I go, I gotta change one thing. And it's this right here. You want to change your application buttons, right? Wrong one. Windows decorator. You want to configure. You want to take this off. You want to take that out as well. You want to move this over here, and you want to move this over here. You want to move this over here. Don't worry, I'll fix that. So we'll move this over here. There you go. Apply. So there you go. Maximize, minimize, close. Yeah, I know I set up like a Mac system, but I like this layout. Looks good. Actually looks better than my Fedora 5. I like that the way how it. I like how the bars look like now. Looks really nice. And you can just put a dock. Like you don't need to have a dock. You can just make a dock with the system. It's pretty cool. It's well done, I find. Anyways, I really like KDE. I keep saying that, but I do like it a lot. Anyway, that's my video. That's my little video on KDE desktop a lot. It's KDE 6, and also, what else was I say? Fedora 40. I didn't really review Fedora 40. It's more like on KDE, but then when I do the review on Fedora in the past, it was always like mainly on the desktop, like GNOME. So what's new with GNOME? So yeah. But anyways, KDE 6, it looks really cool, and I think that it works quite well with Wayland on Fedora. So I'm gonna test that out on actual hardware and see how well that works. I'm more excited to test Fedora on actual hardware, because in the VM is like I can show you guys, but it's mainly I'm just playing around with KDE. But I will install it on a hard drive and install the NVIDIA proprietary drivers, if that's even possible with the beta ISO. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Also, what I was gonna say, yeah, because I think it's better to test it out on actual hardware, and I'll probably just leave it there. I like Fedora. Okay, I am a fan of Fedora. Okay, and I do complain about it in the past. I have made videos that I like, sometimes I can be really mad at Fedora, but I actually think Fedora is a really good distribution. I really do. I like it a lot better than Ubuntu. I like Fedora. I just think it's just very polished. It's a very polished distribution. I mean, Ars Linux is polished too, but like just the out of box experience with Fedora is really nice. I find like it's a really nice experience. I think anybody that's getting into Linux, like if they pick Fedora with KDE 6, Fedora 40 actually, like yeah, they got a really nice system to play around with, to actually if they're new to Linux, it's a nice system to introduce people to Linux, and it's a very nice environment. It's very cozy. It's very polished. Like it's professionally done for a system that you can just download for free and use it, and it's great. I think that's really great. That's what's great about Linux. Anyways, how it going, guys? Thanks for the watch. Cheers.